Test. One? Hey guys, what's up? This is my 10th time, like no joke, doing this intro because holy crap, I forgot how to do what ifs, and it's really annoying me. But this is What If Deku had Venom Part 8. Okay, I know a lot of people have been wanting this, and I've been wanting to get past this intro, so I know exactly how you guys feel, okay? But going on from there, I know this is taking me so long to do, and for that I have one thing to say. Comendosai, okay, that's it. Now let me just get done with this so I can post. Okay. So anyways, to remind you actually one thing I should say, off the side though, is that yeah, my I changed my channel name. Yeah, I rebranded. Instead of Creato now it's Homeless. Okay. Yeah, it just makes more sense, but I explained it in the stream. I can't bother. I can't be bothered to explain it again. So, yeah. Okay. To remind you of what happened in part 7. Okay, here's what happened. So Deku almost died. UA got their dorms. Bakugo susses Deku for allowing himself to get caught by the villains in the camp training. I'm pretty sure there was another name for that, but I heartbreak. Dude, I hate those, man. Oh, dude, I'm gonna get caught off so much by this. Okay, anyway, All Might also knows of Venom. So yeah, I basically looked up the last 2 minutes of my previous part because, as we all know by now, I'm very impressively lazy. So, there was something I want to change though, like seriously. Um, I think I need to nerf Deku a bit, like just a bit, not majorly, but basically, I know that in the last part I made him like steal um All For One from the actual dude All For One. I don't know why he named him so. His last name's Shigaraki. Okay, I know that, but yeah. So he stole the copy of All For One. It wasn't the original. It was the copy. So right now Deku has two versions or two copies of All For One. The thing that I want to change though is the one that he had previously before I made him steal it. Is that it can only like before it could only copy, or it could copy so like he could just take people's quirks without any like repercussions. I want to change that. I want to make it so they both can only steal. Okay, which means Deku stole no quirks so far except for the ones that he killed. So yeah, um I just want to do that because the power scaling, bro. I looked back at it. I was like, bro, okay. I just said that Deku took all for one's quirks that he built up. No, I just want to make it so he only stole All For One. He didn't steal any fire. He didn't steal anything. Okay, this is just him. So he has two versions of All For One. He has one for all. Still doesn't have the original All For One. But yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to change. All right. So he's not as powerful as he was. Okay, he just has his normal quirks and Venom. Yeah. um. Yeah. Okay. I guess now we get on to it. Oh shoot. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got past the intro. Okay. So Aizawa walks in the class and says, you will all take the hero license exam tomorrow. And everyone asked why. Aizawa said, I'm like, ugh. Yeah, everyone asked why, and Aizawa said, I'm pretty sure you all know by now that this hero society has a bunch of frauds, just like Stain stated, and that's now in the public, so they agree with him as well. So, yeah, and because of that, the public, wants to see a change. So the higher ups thought it would be a good idea to produce even more heroes earlier than expected and hope they become actual heroes. So Deku says out loud, I don't know which is stranger, the dumb decision made by the higher ups or you voicing your opinion. And everyone gave like an awkward type of laugh, but Ida stood up and yelled at Deku saying like, do not try to disrespect Aizawa sensei or the higher ups, you delinquent or something like that. I don't know. I kind of don't remember how Ida talks. That's probably how he does though. But yeah, Aizawa told Ida to sit down and gave a very quick smirk. Like very, very subtle. Like Aizawa does not smirk, bruh. Like I'm just saying. But shoot. I'm still trying to get my head processed in this what if because I do not do these. Okay. Yeah, but from what Deku said, he smirked because of what Deku said, alright? But speaking of which, Midoriya, stay after class. I have something I want to speak with you. Deku gets interested and the class goes on. So, the class finishes and everyone heads back to the dorms except for Deku. And, he says, "So what is it, Sensei?" Aizawa gets in his sleeping bag and says, "I know the relation between you and All Might, or I'm pretty sure everyone knows, but I didn't know you were hiding something else." So Deku smirks and says, "He told you, didn't he?" So Aizawa closes his eyes and says, "Yeah, he did. I don't give out compliments, but I gotta say, you're very hard to get a read on." So Deku replies saying thanks, but yeah, I guess it makes sense if you know the truth because you're my teacher and all. Then Aizawa says, like, "I want to know one thing though. I already know all your abilities from what he told me, but I want to know what your intentions are." "What do you mean by intentions?" So, Aizawa opens his eyes again and says, "Will you be a hero or a villain?" Or I guess ask. Hold on, wait. My grammar is stupid. Yeah, so Deku looks at Aizawa and they make eye contact. What the fuck? Eye contact, yeah. So, they make eye contact and he says, "I won't become a villain, but going on with the stain thing, I think his ideas they were right, but there's no need to kill." So Aizawa then asks, like, "You killed him, didn't you, Stain?" So Deku hesitates and says, "Yeah, yeah, yes." So, his eyes go even more dim, making his faded green eyes, they go pure black. And, a pause takes place, and Aizawa picks up saying, "Well, no one knows about it, and I don't plan on saying anything. But I wonder if you'll take on this ambition." Oh, I ruined it. Okay, but I wonder if you'll take on his ambitions. So Deku rests his head on his hand and says, "I thought about that with Venom after that event and said if I were to do what he did, I would probably kill as well. But now, with, looking at everything, I don't know anymore." Gee. I had a voice crack. Okay, yeah, I get paid for this. I just wanted to let you guys know. So yeah, Aizawa closes his eyes again and says, "You're a smart kid, but maybe you're too smart. Even so, I can't stop you forever. My quirk may pause you, but now you have both One for All and a copy of All for One. Or two, in fact. But I trust that whatever you do, you at least, think about others." So Deku leans back and says, "I'll try, Sensei, but I don't make any promises." So then Aizawa says, like, "Okay, I've gotten everything I needed, but one more thing. If you want to talk about anything, come to me. I won't tell anyone, like, anything, alright? Now get out. Leave me be." So Deku gets up and says, "Thanks, Sensei." Then walks out the room, closing the door. And, he makes it out the school heading to the dorms, just as normal. So Bakugo pushes himself off the wall, though, and thinks to himself, "How much are you hiding, Deku? One for all for one?" "I always had suspicions about you, even with All Might, but I can't make a theory about everything. I won't confront you now, but when the time's right, I want to know." So basically, yeah, Bakugo was listening in on the conversation. Okay, like he was in the corner or something, or like outside the room just listening in. And then when Deku got up, that's when he moved around the corner. But yeah, so if yeah, it's your choice whether you think Deku knew he was there or not. But yeah, so Deku made it back, and everyone was getting ready to head out. So they all see him, and Kirishima says like, "Yo, Midoriya, come with us to train." So Deku turns on the elevator, or like just does a little click clack with the elevator and says, "Nah, like no, I'm good." And then come on, why not? Of course there's that one dude that just says, "Come on, why not?" But yeah, Venom says, "You're never gonna make a friend," inside of his head. So the elevator closes, or Deku walks in and the elevator closes, and Kaminari says, "Man, no matter how much we try, none of us can make him budge. And it doesn't help with your loud mouth, Ida." I mean, dude, honestly, Mineta and Ida are the same person. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Mineta says back, "What are you blaming me for?" And everyone reminds him of him like screaming as loud as he could when he seen Deku's scar. Which, if you don't remember, yeah, Deku has a large scar in his heart. So yeah, then Mineta, yeah, okay. Then Mineta says, "Well, it's not my fault. He's so scary looking already with his stupid evil smirk that he does. What the heck?" And his soulless, just eyes and that nasty thing he does with him licking his lips. There's no need for that. Someone there? Man, I don't like being spied on while I'm doing these. Shoot. But yeah, I guess we just keep on going on. So, Ida pops up and says, "For once, I agree with Mineta. Dude, I can't pronounce these names, man. Midoriya doesn't even look like he's meant to be a hero." So Bakio walks through the front entrance and casually lands a small explosion on Ida's, like, back or shoulder. I'm gonna go with shoulder. Making him hit a wall. No, no, his back. If that's what you think, then say it to his face. Or is your quirk making you run like a coward you are? So before Ida says anything, Bakio goes and gets his, like, training gear ready so they can head out. And yeah, basically, dude, freaking Bakio covered in. Bro, he just freaking got off freaking Ida. Oh, shoot! But yeah, oh god, there's so much to get through. It's gonna be a long video, I can tell you that. So yeah, an hour passes and Deku, like, he gets a text from All Might telling him to go to the training hall. Which, it's that big room where he first used shoot style, like in the anime. But yeah, that's also something. I guess Deku, he didn't go training with him because he was already scheduled to have a training session with All Might. So, that's probably the main reason why he didn't go. He makes it, and as soon as he walks in, like a boulder nearly hits him in the head. Yeah, head on, but Venom makes a shield form around Deku's arm just in time. And, Deku retracts the slime, and All Might says, "You're still relying too much on Venom, even though you possess the strongest powers in the world." So Venom then says in Deku's head, like, he has a point. And, Deku says, "Yeah, I get it. Although I'm still wondering why you gave me one for all in the first place. Was it stupidity?" So All Might lets off a deep sigh and says, "If the next thing you say is not based on training, I'll make sure to make it even worse on you." So, I honestly forgot. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I honestly forgot what percentage Deku has of one for all. So I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure though it is 17%, then 20. So I'm gonna keep it with 20 for now, and then yeah, I'm about to change it, so it's all good. Yeah, you've been getting more accustomed with 20%, so you should be thinking of going higher. And at that moment, Deku took it as advice and tried like going higher. So, he went like 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and then he struggles on 26. He goes like 26, and then 27. Yeah, you don't make it. So, the black and purple electricity went crazy, and Deku was forced to, like, out of full cow. So, um, hmm. Yeah, okay, let me finish this and I'll try and, like, say something. So, how much do you think that was? Or that's what All Might says. And Deku responds saying, like, 27% was the limit, but I will stick with 25 for now. And yeah, so basically, I remember seeing multiple comments saying to make Deku's percentage in like the 50s, or just because like he's supposed to be strong because he has Venom that like boost him. But the thing is, I want to make it so without Venom, he like I want to make it so he doesn't have to rely on Venom too much. Like yeah, he relies on Venom, but I don't know. Or I could try to do like, ooh, I can try and do like what's it called? A Jin Kuriki from Naruto and be like, oh man, if he detaches from him, then he dies. Oh, that's a good idea. I should do that. I don't know. Um, I'll think about it. But yeah. So people say to like make it in the 50s, but listen, if I do that, then there's no point in making more parts, mainly because he would be way too strong. Like already he could right now I can stop it right now and be like, yo, he just takes over the world from the amount of power that he has. But if I do that, then how else am I gonna get paid? Nah, it's just because I don't know, it's the easy story to make. But yeah, so All Might says good. I have to go now, but don't forget what I keep telling you. Prove me wrong, okay? Prove me wrong. I don't know what to prove me wrong about, but then he took off. But Deku looked down, giving a small smirk, as usual, and Venom laughs and says, like, if only he knew why why you're even talking to him in the first place. So Deku then said, the only reason why I still spoke with him was to gain this power. Aizawa even knows that, but he doesn't want to say it. So, why don't you just take over the world already? Or show everyone the real side of the hero society. And wait, yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, so Deku said, like, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just entertaining me to watch it destroy itself. And then Venom, said like, well, whatever, like you do you. I don't care. As long as you can destroy all for one, I just let me live my life. I don't know. I don't really know how would Venom talk. I haven't watched the movie in a bit, so yeah, I need to rewatch the movie. But the next day, everyone goes to class and gets ready for the bus ride. And Deku sat alone, but then yeah, dude, my freaking phone battery is just dying, bro. iPhone battery sucks, man. It was just at 100. Now it's at like freaking 72. So, I don't know, man. This is stupid. Yeah. So Deku sat alone, but then Bakugo sat across from him, in the seat beside of him. Like they're in the very back, but Deku's on the left side and Bakugo's on the right side. So they're not in the exact same seat because I can't do a gay ship, like I physically can't. I'll just make it awkward. Or I don't know, maybe I'm good at it, I don't know, but no, to be honest with you, I'm too lazy to even write one. So yeah. Oh shoot, dude, I just ruined it. Okay, I'm gonna just keep on going. But yeah, so anyway, he said to Deku, you don't even want the license, do you? Since when did you talk to me? And then Bahio shook his head and said, like, I still hate you, nerd, but I have some suspicions. So, Deku just said back, like, is it because you're still getting used to the fact that I'm stronger? Then Bahio gets back up and says, I don't care about that, especially knowing none of it's your own power. And then he walks off. So Deku glances at him, and Venom says, "It's obvious to this point that he knows. He knows way too much." And Deku agrees and says, "Yeah, I guess it is, but too bad. I'm gonna have to do something about it probably later." Dude, why can't I speak? I feel like I have like a speech impediment, but nah. I mean, I'm dyslexic, kind of, but yeah. So, the blah. Yeah, yeah. Venom. Yeah, that's his name. Venom said what he said was right though. Do you even want to get that license? So Deku quickly says no, and they made it to the area for the exams. So like, he already knows like, bro, he don't want that stupid license, bro. Like with the amount of crap that he does, bro, he don't deserve to be a hero. But I don't know. He's still thinking because in originally, if you remember the first part, he still had a bit of hope that he would become a hero. So right now he can be in that position, but I think he's spiraling too much. So I don't know. We can continue. Yeah, I guess we can continue. Yeah, okay. Stop the rambling. Actually, I'm gonna get my signature, drinking water bit. Ah, man, I hope you heard that goal. Okay, enough of that. So yeah, so he makes it off the bus, and the rip-off version of him walks up and tries to introduce himself. I'm pretty sure like I'm pretty sure none of you guys remember, but yeah, there was like a copy of him or something. I think they just ran out of um character designs and they just copy and pasted Deku. But yeah, so Deku pushes his hand away because he did try and like give a handshake and says, "I've had to deal with your kind my whole life, so just back off." So, then the kid scuffs and he walks closer to Deku, getting in his face and says, "I don't think they get a little depressed emo kids in here. To think you, one of the you, like you won the UA Sports Festival. You." So, their classmates try to get him away from Deku, but Deku grabs onto his arm and stares him right in the eyes and says, "You know, I don't think I'll be let off with a warning this time." As he licks his lips, and then he drops the smile and he just walks away. You know, he just has the same expression as he does in the picture. He has his hood over his head. He don't care. He really does not care. And yeah, so the kid shouts like, "Hey, don't walk away from me," grabbing Deku's shoulder, and a black spike comes out of his shoulder and through the kid's hand. So, the spike retracts and the student is there like screaming, looking at his hand. Since now there's a giant hole in the middle of it. So Aizawa fast walks to Deku and shouts like, "What are you doing?" I don't, dude. I've been playing too much God of War. I don't know. Freaking Atreus, bro. Boy. Okay. But, Deku says he was getting on my nerves, but if it'll make it, like, easier for you, then he puts out his arm and a piece of venom attaches to the kid's hand, regenerating it. So after it's done, the slime goes back and to Deku, and he says, "There, am I good now?" I should probably stop playing with this knife. Okay. Um, yeah, so Aizawa takes a deep breath and says, "I don't get paid enough for this. Do what you want." So the announcer tells everyone to go in, and Deku walks right in. So everyone else, though, they're still kind of shocked from what they just saw. And Uraraka, like, she awkwardly laughed and said, to the other school members, "That's just how he acts. I'll just apologize for him. I'm sorry." But the rest of them, they head in, and nearly like everyone in 1A though, they're like, asking Uraka like, "Why did you do that? It just makes it look even worse." And so Uraka answers by saying, "I don't know. It just felt really awkward, and I hate it when it gets awkward." So yeah, Venom says in Deku's head like, "Are you going to use one for all only?" And Deku says, "Yeah, don't even use the suit. Don't even put on the suit." So Venom also says like, "I'm getting hungry. Last time I had a real meal was that muscle guy." Ah, that sounds really gay. Nah, nah, it's wait, can you even say gay? That's really sus. There we go. But yeah, so Deku thinks and says, I could get that one idiot alone if you'd like me to. And Venom says, he doesn't look tasty, but it'll do. So the announcer wakes up and gives the whole speech about heroes and says, "All right, yawn, get this done so I can sleep." So the doors open and Todoroki bumps into Deku and says, "You're not meant to be a hero, and you're not meant to be here, so get lost." And continues walking. So Deku quietly laughs and says, "Oh no." So, everyone's handed the targets to put on them, and they're all being strategic about it. With the three, they're putting it. Shoot, I'm pretty sure I'd be the one who puts it underneath my armpit, bro. I don't care. But yeah, so yeah, so Deku puts them in plain sight though. He puts one on his chest, he puts one on his back, and he put one on his arm. So the announcer gets a bit irritated and says, why are we even here? Like, look at this kid. Like, what a waste of time." And then he says go, and all the other schools rush for UA. So they all split up, like in the original, but this time Deku also splits off, like how Bakugo and Todoroki did. The big three. But yeah, so no one followed him, and the first ones to face him is the school that, like, he encountered with before, or the dude that he kind of, like, stabbed his hand with. So yeah. Um, I kind of want to have another drink. For some reason, bro, my mouth is saliva. All right, so I'm guessing we're at the 20-minute mark, maybe. I don't know. I'm really slow at reading, apparently. I don't remember being this slow. So yeah. So, and the front of him, because he did encounter them. In front of him was the copy of him, and he was laughing, shouting like, "Look how confident this stupid guy is. We all know, we all know his moves, and he doesn't even have his hero costume." So the girl next to him said, or I guess the extra, she said, "Yeah, why is he only wearing normal clothes?" Like she's kind of questioning it, like, hold up, wait a minute, I watch movies, like, hold up." But yeah, so another guy said like, "Who cares? He's just trying to show off, but let's go and kill him already." He's basically like Bakugo, I guess. He says let's kill him, but he nah. Oh Jesus Christ, that was hot and burning. That's burning, dude. Oh God, dude, I do not have any class to me. I'm inside my pajamas right now. But yeah, so where was I at? Oh yeah, he said let's kill him already. So yeah, Deku smiles at them and drops it, leaving a blank expression and going into full cow. Then he points at all of his targets, like, letting them know where to hit. And the class gets angry and they start attacking him. But dude, why are you at my door? You just back off. Shoot. Jesus Christ, seems like a killer's trying to kill me. But yeah, so Bakugo finishes his fight with a group of people. When Kirishima and Kaminari they show up, and Bakugo says like, "Why are you following me?" And Kirishima says like, "Because every scene we're in is with you." So Kaminari, he agrees, saying yeah, that's basically what he said. So oh, okay, never mind. It's just my brother at school. He's freaking Zoom meeting. I don't know how that feels because I graduated school. But yeah, so Baki ignores them both and continues like looking for others to fight. So then a big guy, the size of the Hulk, like he runs into him, smashing through 5 buildings because you already know 5 buildings, but the Hulk grabs Bakio by the leg and flings him into Todoroki from behind. So yeah, basically Todoroki's facing the same people that he was in canon, because like I'm pretty sure a whole class decided to just fight him, which was strange. But yeah, so um bleh. They both get up and Bakio coughs like a bit of blood, saying like, "What was that?" And Todoroki pushes Bakio away from getting hit with a ball, and the class, like fighting Todoroki, says, "Well, we managed to get 2 of the 3 strongest in their class, so let's just finish them off." And by the way, yeah, it's the class that wears the uniform. Um, or I guess for the ones that do the research, it's Cammy's class. I don't know if that's who. I'm pretty sure. Was that the one that Todoroki fought? I don't remember. But yeah, so Todoroki says like, "Get out of the way, Bakiko," and then Bakiko says like, "Don't tell me what to do, Icy Hot," or something like that. Then the entire class starts like teaming on them, and they both go ham. Todoroki freezes half of the class in place, and Bakiko uses gauntlets explosions. But before the large explosion hits, though, I'm gonna say that one guy that doesn't like Todoroki or the Airbender, I forgot his name. Yeah, he uses his wind to guide Bahio's explosion like in a different direction, and Bahio rushes in to the attack and like to attack him, preparing like an explosive punch. But the Airbender like rushes him in faster and headbutts him like in Bahio's fist. So the explosion still happens, and Bakio grunts with like a bit of pain since he basically exploded his own arm. And Todoroki already got his 3 guys out, and before like going to the safe room, he puts on ice. He puts ice on Bakio's arm. Hold on, dude. I have freaking super hearing. But yeah, he puts ice on Bakio's arm and says, "I'm just getting extra credit." So Bakio gets angrier and gives a death stare to like the entire class, including the Airbender, and he charges in and shouts like, "You just made me get help from this useless nobody." And the announcer says like right after that 2 classes are out. So Bakio walks into the safe room and he runs up to Todoroki and yells like, "Don't do that crap again, got it?" And Todoroki ignores him, and Bahio continues shouting at him. But Todoroki tells him to shut up, and he tries to figure out like where Deku is because like there's only one explanation why there's 2 classes out. Bahio and Todoroki, they took out one class. Deku clearly took out the other. So Deku stands over the bodies and like of the class that tried to fight him, and he grabs the leader, dragging him into an alley. The copy of him. And, he says, "All right, get it over with." So the kid starts to regain consciousness and sees a monster like standing above him. And, Venom picks him up and says, "It'll only hurt for a second." So the dude tries to scream, but Venom, and they said Deku, but yeah, Venom, he cuts through his stomach and eats his organs right in front of him. So the kid's eyes start fading away, and Deku's face appears on one half of Venom's face. And he says, "In your next life, don't be annoying." And then Venom takes over again, biting his face off. See, I had that as a kill. But the thing is, Deku just now took his quirk. Okay, so now he has the Airbender quirk. I'm pretty sure that's what quirk he had. But yeah. So Yeah. Deku walks into the safe room and says to himself, like, that tasted like steroids. So, yeah, the rest of the finish, like in canon, including that one filler episode with Momo and them, and the next round, like, gets prepared to start. So the announcer starts off with the explanation by asking, like, does anyone know where that air, Earthbender kid went? Apparently, no one knows where they are, and it's a big deal, I guess. No, nobody. All right, then moving on. So, yeah, ain't nobody care about him. So he says the next round that they will have to, like, save civilians and all that crap. You already know what it is. So yeah, everyone. I mean, everything is normal except, yeah, Deku doesn't really care and thinks whether he really, like, wants the license or not. So he's still saving the actors, but when he saves them, he doesn't say anything. Like, he just swoops in, grabs them, and then takes them to the medic zone. So the actors, like, they gave him a low score for that, of course, since, like, mainly since if you're a hero and you're saving them, you kind of have to give them confirmation that they're alright. Gotta take another sip. But, yeah, it basically, I don't know why, but people, they always need confirmation about something. Like, they need clarification from just other people. They don't even have to know them. Like, say, I'm pretty sure this has been in, like, comedy, like stand-up comedy so many times already, but basically, yeah, somebody gets hit in the face, right? They instantly look at you. Like, if they don't fight, they instantly look at you to get confirmation that they just got hit in the face. Like, why do you need confirmation? It clearly happened, man. Like, I don't know. Knowing me, I'd probably do the same thing though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, boy, I don't fight. How am I supposed to know what's going on, bro? I could, knowing me, I'd be like, bro, am I dreaming or something? Like, what happened? But yeah, I don't know. People just need confirmation. But yeah, um, he still scores a bit though. But Venom keeps saying in his head like, you don't want to do this. You even just offered a student to me. You're not meant to be a hero. So kind of Venom's kind of mocking him now. He's like, yeah, you don't want to do this. So Aizawa sees Deku thinking and instantly knows what's going on. So the thing is, Aizawa doesn't really want Deku to be a hero either. But like that's not him to decide, or like that's not him to decide. So he just lets Deku be and make his own path, while still making sure he's not a villain. So, the teacher next to him that keeps trying to, like, make Aizawa laugh, she notices that he's focused on Deku. That was a good stretch. But yeah, so yeah, she notices like he's focused on Deku, and she says like, "What's so special about him? I've never seen you fixated on one student before, or any on that matter." So Aizawa says it's nothing, and then he says like, "Hey, I want to make a deal with you. If my entire class gets their license, I'll go on that date with you." So then she says, "Nah, you're lying, bro. I don't believe you." So then Aizawa says, like, "Nah, I'm serious. Like, if they manage to do it, then I'll take you out." And yeah. So Deku says, "You know me too much, Venom. I'm starting to think it's a problem." So then the announcer came on and said, "We're releasing the fake villains to catch you off guard." Bro, I'm just caught off by that sentence. What the heck is that? But I don't. He continues, but I don't care what you do. So Deku smirks and goes off to like help get rid of villains. And I'm gonna say Bakugo and Todoroki, they had the same idea, and all three met up facing the villains. So Bakugo rushes in instantly and takes on his own like amount, and Todoroki gets ready to go as well, but Deku says faintly, like, you're right, Todoroki, I'm not meant to be a hero. and punches him right in the gut. Like he does not care. Like he does it in a quick motion that Todoroki couldn't even like keep up with. And he continues walking to the villains, taking them on. So, but the thing is, Todoroki got angry, getting backed up, or like getting back up off the ground and froze Deku's feet in place. And with the spike going through his feet, just like how he did that one kid. So Deku looks over his shoulder and gives a crazy looking grin at him, bro. He looks murderous. So Deku kicks his feet, ripping the spikes off as well, and blood like starts coming from his shoes. Here, hold on. I'll be right back. And within a split second, I'm instantly back. Oh god, I'm not gonna lie, I've been gone for like an hour. That's so strange how like videos are like, dude, you could be like, all right, yeah, I'm about to head out for like a second, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, never mind. It wasn't just a second; it was a full on hour. Jesus Christ! I don't know, dude. Time's just weird, man. And then top it all off, this video's over 40 minutes long already. I'm not even close to being done. I gotta freaking hurry up, dude, because it's gonna be a long video. I'm going to have to render and stuff like that. It's not really helping that I'm like talking, like I keep on talking as well. Like it's really not helping. But the thing is, like, I just rant over and over off of the most dumbest crap. Like it's kind of the same as what is it, spacing out? Okay, yeah, I okay. I'm gonna just sit down. I could talk about this stuff on a stream that I do. Maybe I don't know. I just need to calm down, right? And you get this done and over with. So I guess right now I'm on my bed now, so yeah. Where was it? Okay. So basically there's blood coming from Deku's shoes. And the judges, they see that and they instantly disqualify Todoroki on the announcement. And Deku, he looks up at the stands and shouts, "Disqualify me instead." I was the one who started it. So and he looked like he was getting joy out of it. So the announcer got fed up because he was told to go do something about it and said back like, "I'll just disqualify both of you." So Deku said like, "Really? Don't be like that. Besides, it's not my fault you're too old to see me hit him first." So they were both called up. And yeah, the announcer says, "All right, like, all right, you two, what was that?" And by the way, yeah, they were talking to the announcer. And yeah, so Deku says like, "I punched him in the gut and he defended himself because he's not a pussy." So yeah. And this dude didn't even know like what to say. So he asked Todoroki like if that was true, and he said yeah. And then he said like, "Well, just for wasting my time, I'm still disqualifying both of you." And then Deku hit one of Todoroki's pressure points, knocking him unconscious, and leaned forward face to face with the announcer. He says, "Hey, if you don't allow him to get his license, I have no problem killing you right now." Right now. And the announcer says, like, "Are you threatening me? Do you have any idea what you're doing right now?" Then black slime started to form on Deku's skin, and they looked like veins. Like they were starting to form as if they were veins. And he said, "Do as I say before he comes." And the announcer he says like, "I'll call for backup, boy." And at this point, Venom's eyes like appeared, or no, Deku's pupils. Yeah, I'm gonna say Deku's pupils. They started to go. They started to leave, and now it's just pure white eyes. So yeah, and Deku said in Venom's voice, "I wonder what he'll do." And the announcer, he's starting to get like kind of freaked, bro. He's like, "Hey, like, hey, stop that!" Like, nah, like he, man, he was sleeping before. Nah, boy, he's awake now. But he got up out of his chair and pulled out a walkie-talkie, but Deku grabbed it and crushed it just like that. And it's not Deku said it's not that hard. Just do it. And then the dudes, he said, okay, I give up, just please don't do anything. And Deku, he just, he wrapped his arm around him and said, there, was that hard at all? Also, if you say a word to anyone about this, and then he gets closer to his ear, hold up, wait, I need to put on my headset. He gets closer to his ear and he says, I'll kill you. And the dude walks back to his desk and, fills out a paper saying Todoroki got approved for his license, and Venom went away. So then he woke up, and then he woke up Todoroki, like, the announcer did, and he handed him the paper. So Todoroki blinked his eyes over and over, grabbing his shoulder, and said, what happened? So Deku replied, you fell asleep while listening to him, but don't worry, you're all good. Isn't he, Mr. Announcer? I don't know anybody's names. But yeah, Todoroki looked at him and seen him like very concerned, and he said, "Yeah." Like the announcer said, "Yeah, you're, um, yeah, yeah, you are. Sorry for the misunderstanding. You're both free to go." But Deku didn't get the same treatment. It was just Todoroki. So they both leave the exams, and I mean when they both leave, dude, I can't speak. When they both leave, the exams are finished. Now, I don't know if I want this, like, just this last previous bit with Deku and Todoroki to be 100% because I'm thinking, like, kind sounded, kind sounded lazy, but I don't know. I'll figure it out, okay? Just know that it did happen for now. But yeah, so everyone from UA passed except for Deku, of course, no surprise there. And Ozawa quietly said, like, yeah, I should have guessed. Then Mrs. Laugh, I really do need to read up on these people's names. But she said, wait, that means we can't go on that date. And as always said, yeah, I just wanted to have fun with you. And she said, like, oh my god, wait, did you just say you want to use the word fun? Am I dreaming or so? But, you know, as I was said back, like, I thought by this point you'd be flirting with someone else, but I feel sorry for you, so I'll just take you out on pity, bro. And yeah, that's all I got to put, bro. That's that's it. But yeah. So later, um, when everyone got back to the dorms, they were all celebrating the fact that they got their license, except for three people, Bakio, Todoroki, and Deku. Now, Bakio and Todoroki, they did get their license, and Deku. I mean, well, of course, Bakio and Todoroki, they just barely did. And yeah, Deku he just didn't want it. So Baku walked up to Deku and said, "At midnight, meet me outside the front door." And Deku just kept looking at his phone and said, "Okay." So Todoroki overheard that, and they all waited for midnight. So, bro, I need a spit can. Hold on, where's my trash can, bro? Bro, Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know what's up with you, bro. I'm thirsty. No, 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 no. No, hold up. No, okay. Let me finish this because holy crap, dude, I got a freaking poo. Oh man, I'm the most disgusting person ever. I don't care. So where was I at? Oh yeah, so they were all waiting for midnight, and when it comes, Deku walks outside to see Bakio leaning against the wall, and he says, "All right, follow me." So they're halfway there to like where he wants to go, and Deku asks like, "So, are you gonna tell me where we're going?" And Bakio stays silent, and Deku says like, "Okay, I guess I'll wait." So they make it to the training area where they first fought. I'm pretty sure, and Bakio said like, "This is where you beat me for the first time." Okay, it's like where their first like school assignment was with All Might's class. And Deku says like, "Yeah, what about it?" And Bakio says, "It's where you showed off your so-called quirk." that I didn't even know about. So Deku looks at Bakio and says, "You're gonna ask about my power, aren't you?" So Bakio looks back at Deku and says, "I want to know about all of your powers. What is one for all, and what is all for one?" So Deku keeps his blank face and says, "Why should I tell you? I nearly ended it all in the beginning because of you." So Bakio makes a blank expression as well and says, "I'll be completely honest with you. I just want to know why All Might chose you." So right now, bro, they're both serious, bro. Like you see Deku inside that picture, bro. That's Deku, but that's also Bakio, bro. And they're just having a stare off, dude. Like Deku's inside of his jacket with the hood on, and Bakio's just there, like just waiting for a response. Bro, it's crazy. But yeah, so like Bakio asks like, "Why did All Might choose you?" And Deku says like, "Well, that just proves it even more that." You were listening to you were listening in on mine and Aizawa's conversation. And Bakio like, he just snaps about it, like, will you answer me or not? So Deku hesitates and says, I don't even know. He probably thought it would be I would be a good candidate, but boy was he wrong. So Bakio just goes like, so he did choose you. I mean, he did choose you. I thought he would have been smarter than that to give it to some suicidal nobody like you. And honestly, dude, you kind of took it a bit too far. Just saying. But yeah, Deku tilted his head and said, I don't think you want to say stuff like that with only me and you around. So Bakio says, like, what would you do about it? You're just a killer after all. And Deku says, like, yeah, which is why I told Aizawa I didn't want to be a hero. Then Bakio said, if you don't want to be a hero, then will you be a vigilante? Because I already know you won't become a villain. You're still the same kid from that moment I met you. And Deku, he says, like, you're right. I won't be a villain, but I can always be a vigilante that's not on either side with the godly powers that I have. They always say that gods need to be able to not choose a side. And yeah, so Bahio gives a small, quick laugh and says, like, you really compare yourself to a god. That just really, that just makes you really live up to your hero name, don't you? Venom. And Deku then says, yeah, if I really, if you really want to know everything, I'll show you where I got Venom from. Like the name Venom from. And Bakio says, like, no need, I already know. And like, well, that saves me a lot of time, but I should probably show it to. And Deku points to an alley next to them, and Bakio looks over to see Todoroki like walk out. Well, basically, Deku knew that Todoroki was there, but yeah, he just pointed and Todoroki seen that, so he kind of got out. But yeah, so Bakio says like, "How long were you there, Icy Hot?" So Todoroki says like, "Long enough to know how dramatic your relationship is." And Bakio just snaps back like, "It's still not as bad as your family relationship." So Todoroki lets off some fire, and Deku says, "All right, is that all?" Bleh. And Deku says, "All right, is that all?" Cause if so, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go pack my stuff up, and leave tomorrow. So Bakio says, "Hold up, that's what I also want to talk about. What will you do when All Might finds out about your whole plan?" So Deku says, good point. I guess you can't really do anything since, uh, you know, no, I won't tell you that." And Todoroki comes in and says, can we go get Aizawa then and get the story of everything? Cause I'm trying to follow, but I still can't." And Bakio, he gets annoyed, but he also wants to know, so he wants to, and Deku just goes along with it because he finds it entertaining. And I'm gonna end it off there so the video doesn't go on too long. Plus, at this point, as you could already tell, dude, I'm still not knowing what to do with these what ifs. Bro, I forgot how to do these, man. I used to do these like crazy, but yeah, um, shoot, dude, I don't know. I'm only Ugh. I kind of also like want to end it off there, mainly because like if I don't want to keep on going and regret like making a choice that I made. So like basically, there's a small chance I could retcon this bit that I just did in the next part if I do it. But either way, like thanks for watching and giving me free money even though I don't deserve it. And also like and also, wait, yeah. Why am I still getting subs? By the way, like, dude, I don't post. I'm like, dude, I'm at 1.9K already, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure I gained like 300 subs by not even uploading, so that's cool. But nah, I actually really do appreciate it. Like, even though I actually do feel like Corey Kenshin sometimes, um, by doing that, um, I don't know, just thanks, I guess. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this part, and I'll see you guys next month, maybe January. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but kind of hoping that's a joke. I don't know. I honestly made me believe myself by doing that. Holy crap. But yeah, anyways, like enough ranting. Make sure you all have yourselves a good one, and I'll talk to you all later. Maybe.